Welcome to my adventure of a lifetime. My kidney function was declining fast, so instead of staying put and waiting for them to fail, I quit my job and decided to try and cycle 10,000 kilometres around Europe and do 5 skydives in every country I visit to raise money for charity. Don't forget to subscribe and tap the little bell icon to get a notification whenever I upload a new video. Let's go! In last week's episode, I met up with my Uncle Terry for some inspiration, completed my formation skydiving level 1 and checked out my latest kidney function results. Join me this week as I say goodbye to family and friends and ride 145 miles in just over 2 days to get the ferry across the English Channel.
This is it, Mum. I'm off ski.
I'm not sad yet. I've got to hold it together when we get to Henley.
I couldn't really believe this day had finally arrived. It didn't feel real yet.
See, I must get my camera skills from somewhere. That's in the wrong place.
I'd been so busy for the last 4 months doing everything at full speed.
Get in there.
All the training,
This is not my idea of fun.
all the planning, all the hours spent organising my life had led me to this day.
Come on in. It's time to go.
I know. It'll be fine.
I think my mum's a little bit worried.
Just a little, just a tad.
Mum just said 100% she would never do a skydive.
100%.
That's on the list of birthday presents.
No, because it'll just be wasted money. I'm not doing it.
We'll force you to do it. We'll get you drunk.
No.
It felt like I was driving a car that I'd built myself, but someone else was in control of the steering wheel. It was really weird. But it was great to see so many friends and family gathering to see me off. Even some friends that I hadn't seen in years turned up to say goodbye. In the past, I've only ever travelled for a holiday, a job opportunity, usually with organised accommodation and an itinerary, or with only one backpack and myself to look after. It was just beginning to settle in that I was about to have 3 bags, myself, and a bike to look after as soon as I hit the road. Along with my concerns of kidney failure during the adventure looming over me, I also had many other what-ifs whirling around inside my head. Like, what if I run out of money? What if I can't complete the distance? What if I've built this idea, hyped it up and don't even enjoy myself? What if the bike breaks? What if I break? At this stage, my logic wasn't really able to reassure me that none of these questions can be answered until I just get on the bike and cross those bridges when I get to them.
This is terrifying, I'm not going to lie. So this kidney disease is something that affects me every day of my life and lots of people across the UK as well. It's don't set me off.
Don't worry about saying anything else.
No, it's right. I've got this. Meeting Allport UK, the reason I'm doing this, Meeting Allport UK has completely changed my perspective of this kidney disease. It has given me hope and courage that together we can actually try and make lives better for people with Allport syndrome. It's easy to look at me and say, well, what's wrong with you? you know, on the outside, everything looks fine, but it's the fear of not knowing how much worse my hearing is going to get. It's the fear of passing this on if I have children. It's also the fear of how much worse my eyesight's going to get, the effects of dialysis on the body, and whether a transplant's even going to work.
It will.
But it's a case of harnessing those fears and turning them into opportunities like this one. And this is something that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to do something for charity, but never knew what. And as soon as this idea popped into my head, I knew I had to get this done. I've always wanted to do something to help others living with Alport syndrome, and you know, this is it. This is what I've got to do. So.
Yes, you are.
So yeah, thank you for all being here today. It means a lot to me, and I think I'm just going to get going now.
Get your helmet on.
Thank you. Cheers.
I need the last cousin. I need the last cousin.
Oh, sorry, Dad.
You come back to me, yeah? You come back to me. I'm going to miss you.
You're my best friend, right? You are my best friend. I will.
Come back to me, right?
I will. I will.
Enjoy it. That's fine.
Right, let's go.
My mind was revved up and slammed into overdrive. My comfort zone fell off the bike and sank to the bottom of the River Thames as I rode over the bridge away from Henley. As I pedalled along the road with my ex-landlord following close behind me on his motorbike, just to help me get going. The first 2 miles were the toughest 2 miles I've ever cycled in my entire life. I gave the Queen a little wave goodbye as I rode past Windsor Castle and made my way towards Surrey, just south of London.
It's getting hot already.
That is a work of art. It's going pretty well so far, but I must admit my head is absolutely whirling with thoughts. It's kind of stopping me from sorting out the bags as quickly as I'd like to, and setting up the cameras taking forever. But it's okay, my legs feel strong, which is good. I think I'll be better when I start actually listening to music while I'm riding. At the moment I don't really want to have anything in my ear. I'm just sort of concentrating on getting to Caterham. I've got a long day ahead of me tomorrow. Folkestone's going to be a 75-mile ride. This is only a 60-mile ride today. So I just need to keep going and try and shove those thoughts out of my head.
I'd booked a room that I found on Airbnb, which in my opinion wasn't quite worth the money I'd spent on it.
Yummy.
But still, I was grateful to have a comfy bed to sleep in after such an epic day.
It was a tough first day. A really tough first day. I'm exhausted, emotionally and physically. Yeah, that was difficult. I knew the first 2 days specifically were going to be difficult, getting down to Dover, because I just want to get down there as quickly as possible, get over to Europe, and then just go freestyle and see what happens from there. But these 2 days I always knew were going to be hard. It's been a real case of mind over matter today. And the hills were the matter, and my mind was arguing with itself about whether this is a good idea or not. But I'm going to keep going and see what happens. Yes. Day 2. I'm so glad it's sunny. Not any bowls. I hope my bike's still in the shed. Starting a bit earlier than yesterday, so let's go. I've got to get quicker at doing that. That just took me about half an hour. Yes, England. Beautiful countryside. I'll tell you what, I'm feeling so much better about today. Yesterday was a struggle, but today headspace is good. I'm confident, I'm ploughing through. I'm just under halfway, so I've done about 35 miles today. And the weather's awesome, the cyclists are out, we're having lots of morning as we passed each other, and little words of encouragement from people coming past me. So yeah, it's really good today. I'm feeling much more positive.
The ferry from Dover to Calais was booked in advance, which gave me 2 days and 1 morning to cycle 145 miles. I'd spent a lot of time planning the route for these first 2 days, logging loads of checkpoints to pin out the route on the Garmin bike computer, but was already a little bit disappointed that somehow I'd ended up going a different route. So I'd lost a little bit of faith in it and started using Google Maps as well as the Garmin to see the difference in route choice. The general idea was to avoid hills, if possible.
If only video could do the hills justice. I'm flagging slightly. Need to get some food. About 6 miles to go before I get into Folkestone. It's quite cold as I get closer to the coast. I've had a headwind most of the way for about the last 15 miles. And it's getting a little bit breezy, it's quite nippy. I've put my jeans on and my coat. I knew this extra mileage was going to be a struggle, but I'm feeling it. I'm definitely feeling it. But this apple's lovely. Crunchy and juicy.
I was pushing really hard to get to Folkestone before sunset. I don't really know why, I just wanted to be off the road before dark.
Come on! Oh, my legs are so dead. Oh, I've slowed right down now. Wow. My legs are like jelly. I've got nothing left. I've got absolutely nothing left. I see my home for tonight. Ah, brilliant. Sunny Lodge Guest House.
I went out for a meal and had the best night's sleep ever.
So I've just left Folkestone, on the way to Dover now. Straight into this steep hill, as you can see behind me. And my ferry is in about an hour and a half's time. So I've got loads of time to get there and chill out a little bit, get a little bite to eat. Oh, it carries on. There's a lot more hill to go. Oh, if only you could see how steep this is. The thing is, Mick from Sunny Lodge said that most people get off and walk up this hill. Ah, challenge accepted. That was a bit close, learner. Just skimmed my wrist then. Whoo-wee. All in the breathing. No rush, just get up the hill.
It was a gorgeous sunny day and I enjoyed the downhill ride all the way into Dover. I was feeling good physically, but mentally, mixed with excitement, anticipation and nervousness, there was still a tornado of possible outcomes and unanswerable questions spinning around in my giddy little brain.
I'll get down to number 189.
Let's go. Time to head upstairs.
As I looked back at the white cliffs of Dover, finally, the last 4 months of my life and the challenge that I'd brought upon myself became very real. Now completely on my own, with a bit of time to reflect on everything I'd been through in the last few months, I felt incredibly vulnerable, way out of my comfort zone, and had no idea what I was getting myself into. Which can only be a good thing, right?
I guess this is where the real adventure begins. My legs are burning.
It's definitely not so funny anymore.
What am I doing? I feel like I've been punched in the face.
I knew deep down my kidneys were struggling and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to continue at this pace.